Have you ever felt stuck in the endless loop of overthinking? We all go through times when we can't escape our doubts, fears, and questions. It's like being stuck in a never-ending maze that makes life seem really tough. In a world where the news bombards us with negativity, triggering anxiety, anger, and overthinking, it's easy to lose sight of the positive. But in this video, we want to share something powerful with you. We'll explore how overthinking can be an obstacle and how it can drag us down into a never-ending cycle of worry. The good news is, though, we'll also show you a way out of this trap. Together we'll learn how putting our trust in God can be like guiding light that helps us escape the negativity. It can shift our thinking from all the bad stuff around us to a place where we find peace and discover that our lives can become truly special. Let's first talk about trust and why it's so important, especially on our spiritual journey. Trust is a bridge that connects us to something greater than ourselves. But you might be saying, trust is easier said than done. Well, you're right. We know when everything seems to be falling apart, having trust can sometimes be a bit challenging. Sometimes it feels like taking a leap of faith into the unknown. So here are some tips to make it a bit easier. 1. Remember your past struggles that end up working out. Think about the times in your life when things worked out even when you were worried. That's often a sign of God's guidance. 2. Control your blessings. Pause for a moment and take a look around. Consider all the goodness in your life, whether it's the roof over your head or as simple as the air you breathe. Every little thing is a blessing, no matter its size. By counting your blessings, you'll find that trust in God becomes easier as you recognize the abundance of His gifts, both big and small. 3. Surround yourself with people who uplift your faith. Sometimes sharing your journey with others can make it less daunting. And if you don't know where to go, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to join our community right here on YouTube. This way you can see our daily videos and connect with our community. Now back to the positive effects of trust. When we trust in God, you'll notice your worries slowly shift away. It can help us feel calmer and more at peace, even when life gets tough. The Bible, which is like our guidebook for life, has some verses that tell us all about trust. One of these verses is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." What this means is that when we put our trust in God, even when we don't fully understand everything, He can help us find the right path. You see, trusting God isn't just something for Sunday mornings at church. It's for every day, in every part of our lives. When we trust God, we're surrendering all of our worries to Him. We are letting Him take control, allowing Him to lead us on His ultimate path for us. And that's a powerful thing because it can help us let go of some of the heavy burdens we carry and find peace in our hearts. Trust is not just a word. It's a way to transform our lives. Worry and anxiety are feelings that many of us know too well as well. It's almost like they've become companions on our life's journey. The smallest concerns can snowball into overwhelming worries, and it can feel like we're trapped in a cycle we can't escape. What's important to understand is that the cycle is not just a personal struggle. It's something that's fueled by the world around us. The media, for instance, often adds to our anxiety. You see, the media can be like a magnet for our attention. It thrives on sensationalism, fear, and anger because it knows that these emotions keep us coming back for more. They're hoping to lure us in, keeping us hooked to their stories, which allows them to capitalize on the ad revenue. But what does this have to do with anxiety? Well, when we're bombarded with negative news and fear-inducing stories day in and day out, it's no wonder our anxiety levels soar. It's like a constant storm cloud over our heads, ready to rain down at any moment. So in this world where anxiety is so common, how can we find relief? How can we break free from the cycle of worry and fear? But here's the good news. Trusting in God can help us overcome worry and anxiety. It's our lifeline that we can hold on to when we feel like we're drowning in a sea of concerns. Let me share a story from one of our subscribers, George. George used to be a constant worrier. He'd panic over the smallest decisions, unsure of what to do. Let me ask you, do you find yourself in the same position? If so, let us know in the comment section. George's anxiety would paralyze him, making life difficult. He'd lose sleep and his health suffered. But then George started to explore his faith. He began to trust in God's plan for him. This trust didn't magically make his worry disappear, but it did do something incredible. It gave him the strength to face his fears and make decisions with confidence. You see, when George trusted that God was guiding him, he felt a sense of peace. He realized that he didn't have to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders. Instead, he could trust that God had a plan, even if he couldn't see it clearly. This faith helped him let go of his anxiety and make choices with a calm heart, knowing that God will guide him. Through prayer, meditation, and our community, his life changed forever. So for all of us who sometimes find ourselves drowning in worry, remember George's story. Trusting in God can be the lifeboat that keeps us afloat in turbulent times. It's a practical way to overcome worry and find peace, even when life's decisions seem overwhelming. Now, the Bible has tons of verses that are constant reminders of trusting in God, even when dark times arise. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 20 says, "Whoever gives heed to instruction prospers, and blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord." This verse is a reminder that when we pay attention to godly wisdom and instruction, it leads us to prosperity in our lives. However, it doesn't stop there. It adds a beautiful layer of understanding by highlighting that those who trust in the Lord are blessed. In essence, it emphasizes that trusting God is a cornerstone of a blessed and prosperous life. When we trust in God's guidance, we position ourselves to receive His blessings and prosper in the truest sense. Psalm chapter 36, verses 3-5 also offers powerful insight. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. These verses beautifully capture the interconnectedness of trust, delight, and divine fulfillment. They teach us that when we trust in God and live in accordance with His principles, doing good, we find a place of security and abundance. Furthermore, they promise that when we take delight in the Lord and make Him our greatest joy, He will grant us the desires of our hearts. This isn't a mere wishful fulfillment verse. It underscores that when our hearts align with God's will, our desires naturally harmonize with His divine plan. And as we commit our ways to the Lord and trust in Him fully, we invite His transformative power into our lives. Take a moment to consider how you can apply these insights to your own journey. Trusting in God can lead to a life filled with His blessings, and by internalizing these verses, you can embark on that path with confidence and faith. The power of prayer is like the missing puzzle piece that puts a lot of what we talked about earlier together. Prayer plays a vital role in building trust because it's through prayer that we connect with God, sharing our hopes, fears, and desires. It's an act of opening our hearts and minds, a way of saying, "I trust you, God, with all that I am." By letting go and taking the leap of having faith, you're putting your trust in God. And that's when the real beauty comes into our lives. So how can you incorporate prayer into your daily life? It's simpler than you might think. Start by setting aside a few moments each day to talk to God. Share your joys and struggles, your gratitude, and your worries. And most importantly, listen for that still, small voice within you, the voice of God. Now, let me share an inspiring example from one of our viewers who, like you, sought to deepen their trust through prayer. Meet Sarah. She was at a crossroads in her career, torn between two significant paths. On one hand, she had a stable job in marketing at a well-established company. It came with a comfortable salary and benefits, but it lacked the passion and fulfillment she longed for. On the other hand, there was an opportunity to start her own business, an eco-friendly, sustainable fashion brand she had dreamed of launching for years. The weight of this decision had casted a shadow of anxiety and doubt over Sarah's life. She knew that her choice would have far-reaching consequences for her financial stability, her work-life balance, and her overall happiness. Faced with this dilemma, she decided to turn to prayer for guidance. Each morning, Sarah set aside time for quiet reflection and prayer. She poured out her heart to God, sharing her fears and uncertainties, and seeking His wisdom and guidance. She prayed for clarity and understanding which path aligned with God's plan for her life. As days turned into weeks, Sarah continued her practice of prayer and meditation, listening intently for that still small voice within her, the voice of God. Over time, she began to feel a profound sense of peace settling in her heart. She found herself waking up with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity that had previously eluded her. Through her consistent practice of prayer, Sarah's anxiety gradually transformed into confidence in God's plan. She realized that no matter which path she ultimately chose, God could walk beside her, providing the strength and wisdom she needed to succeed. Sarah, after much prayer and reflection, decided to follow her passion and start her own eco-friendly, sustainable fashion brand. She embraced the entrepreneurial journey with a newfound sense of trust in God's plan for her life. While the path was challenging and filled with uncertainties, she found fulfillment and purpose in creating a business that aligned with her values and dreams. Sarah's story serves as a powerful example of how prayer can lead to a deeper trust in God, especially in the face of life-altering decisions. It demonstrates that prayer isn't about finding instant answers to all of our questions, but about finding solace in the divine presence. Through prayer, we can navigate the uncertainties of our careers and lives with a profound sense of trust, knowing that God's guidance is with us every step of the way. So as you embark on your own journey of trust through prayer, remember that it's not about the quantity of your words, but the quality of your connection. It's about cultivating that trust in God's wisdom, knowing that your prayers are heard, and that the transformative power of prayer can lead you to a deeper and more profound trust in the divine plan. As we continue our journey of trust, it's essential to acknowledge that challenges and doubts may arise along the way. These moments of uncertainty are not signs of weak faith, but rather opportunities for growth and a deeper trust in God. In life, there will be times when circumstances test our trust. We might question whether we've made the right choices or if God's plan truly includes us. These doubts can be especially daunting when faced with adversity, setbacks, or unexpected changes. During such moments, it's crucial to remember that faith is not the absence of doubt, but the choice to trust in the face of doubt. So how can we remain steadfast in our faith during tough times? First, stay connected to our faith community here. Surround yourself with people who can offer support, encouragement, and prayers. They can remind you of God's faithfulness even when circumstances seem bleak. Second, draw strength from your personal experiences of God's presence and guidance. Reflect on moments when you felt His hand in your life. These memories can serve as anchors during rough times. Lastly, consider the rewards of unwavering trust in God. By trusting in God, we can break free from the trap of worrying. Through the stories we've shared and the wisdom we've explored, we've seen that trust leads to blessings, courage, and a sense of purpose in life. It transforms anxiety into peace and uncertainty into confidence. So, if you've ever found yourself trapped in the endless cycle of overthinking, remember that you are not alone. We all face moments of doubt and worry, but the key to finding freedom from this trap is trust. Trust in God's plan, trust in His guidance, and trust that He is always working for your good. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video, and be sure to like and share this video with others who may benefit from its message of trust. See you in the next one.